Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Ali here, and in today's video, we're gonna be talking about the top 4 fantasies that women have that we rarely talk about. Now, when we talk about fantasies in general, we don't really, because of fear of being judged, we feel embarrassed, we feel shame, especially women. And then we come off as not really knowing what we want or being not that interested in sex. And this couldn't be further from the truth. Women be freaky, and I know because I am a woman, and sometimes the sexual stuff that goes on in my mind, oh mon dieu, I would be banned. A study done by a Canadian sex educator found that women reported increased arousal in new or unconventional sexual contexts more than men. I mean, I had a friend the other day who admitted to me that she fantasized about being with a man with a Jacob's ladder. I didn't know what a Jacob's ladder was. I had to give that a Google. And if you don't know what it is, I suggest you give it a Google too, because I think you'll be surprised. All I'm saying here is that women will really surprise you what they fantasize about if you're able to get into the depths of their sexual mind. All right, let's get started. So number 1 is sex with strangers. Justin Lemeller in the book Tell Me What You Want conducted some research, and he found that 64% of women admitted that they fantasized about having sex with a stranger. These fantasies often involve a mysterious person meeting at a bar or a party or something like that. And honestly, I get the allure of it all because there is something really, really sexy about approaching or being approached a stranger. You don't know each other. It's uncharted territories. It's all new. It's exciting. It's new smells. It's new touches. It's new feels. It's new sensations. And you could follow through with all kinds of desires without the constraints of a relationship. Lemeller also found that women imagine this stranger to be someone very charismatic or confident, or adding an element of fantasy that they might not get in their everyday lives. Because eroticism craves novelty. That is something Esther Perel, leading expert in the sex therapy world, preaches all the time. Remember that eroticism craves novelty. All right, before we move into number 2, speaking of strangers, I get a lot of messages from men on my Patreon asking me for dating advice on how to approach women. Often they are a little out of practice in the dating game and flirting and so on, and they're just feeling a little bit defeated. Now, I know that I have a platform about sex and relationships, and I know that my flirting game off camera is on point. And I know what I like when a man is flirting back with me. I can usually tell from the first couple of minutes of a conversation how this whole interaction is about to go down. However, if you ask me to put that into a step-by-step guide, I am totally at a loss for words. And this is why I am so happy to be partnering with Marnie from the Wing Girl Method, who is sponsoring this video today. Her experience as a dating expert can answer those questions for me and for you. Marnie is a fellow YouTuber with over 1 million subscribers. Crazy, I know. And she has helped thousands of guys get the girls that they want by using her science-backed flirting method called the F formula, which teaches the power of flirtatious conversation that anyone can learn. Even if you think that girl is not interested or out of your league, the science-backed formula can help you get that first connection and then help you build attraction. It doesn't matter if you're not a model or making $1 million. With the F formula, those things are not necessary. It has worked for over 100,000 guys who have used this step-by-step formula. So if you apply this formula, you should start seeing results immediately. And because the Wing Girl Method is sponsoring today's video, they have an incredible offer for you all, my audience. That's right. Right now, they're giving away an exclusive free preview of the F formula. Seriously, if you're single and you're not having the success that you want with women, you need to check this out. All you need to do is click on the link in the description below this video. Don't wait. This is your chance to finally figure out what actually works when it comes to flirting with women. So click the link in the description and get that free access right now before it's too late. All right, moving on to number 2, we're talking about power dynamics, domination, and submission. So 65% of women fantasize about being dominated, and 47% of women fantasize about being submissive. These fantasies are about trust, role reversal, and stepping outside one's own personality. Now, I totally get this one. I love playing with power dynamics, especially when it comes to the whole like daddy little girl thing. That's my power dynamic, but it is so much fun to play with these. And interestingly, women who identify themselves as high achievers tend to want to be more submissive submissive because often they are in too much control of their regular daily lives. So being in a position of submission makes them feel really relaxed and really nice and gives power to someone else for a change to control them. Playing with power dynamics is an amazing way to experience vulnerability or power in a safe, controlled mental space. It can be really, really hot. All right, number 3. This is probably the fantasy I have the most experience with, and that is threesomes and group sex. Maybe not the group sex part, but threesomes. So threesomes are probably the #1 fantasy for everybody, for both men and women, and whatever you identify as. 56% of women report having fantasies about threesomes, and they can come in so many different shapes or forms. So women often imagine themselves as being the center of attention. Sometimes they imagine themselves being with another woman. Sometimes it's about watching your partner with somebody else. So 17% of women fantasize about it being an all-female encounter, while 39% leaned in towards more mixed gender groups. These scenarios offer variety, adventure, and a sense of being desired. If you want to see more videos about my threesome experiences, you can absolutely do so by waiting at the end of this video, and I'll link them there. All right, number 4, public encounters. So 40% of women have reported imagining having sex in a space where they can get caught. Common settings included elevators, beaches, or secluded forests. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I've done the forests, I've done the beaches, I've done the lakes, but one place that I haven't done it yet, that I kind of fantasize about it a lot, is a gross, dirty public bathroom. That may sound gross to some of you, but yeah, I fantasize about that, and I've said it to my partner too. I haven't not had sex yet in a dirty, gross public bathroom, like a stall, and I still really want to do that. Actually, I kind of did that. I did make out with a girl once in a stall at a club in London, and we did get caught. Anyways, that's a story for another time. So research shows that the rush of the risk of getting caught definitely adds to the arousal factor. These fantasies are often about spontaneity and stepping out of one's comfort zones. So what do these fantasies reveal about us? You know, they're not just about sexual desires. So for example, fantasies about strangers may reflect a desire for freedom or escapism. Power dynamics often symbolize the need to explore roles that we can't in our daily lives. And group fantasies highlight a longing for curiosity and variety. So a little note on sharing fantasies. Sharing fantasies with your partner can really deepen your intimacy. According to Lameller's research, about 50% of couples who stated that they shared their fantasies reported that doing so definitely improved their relationship. But keep in mind that many women have a hard time opening up about sex and talking about sex because of the shame that we feel. I'll give you my channel as an example. I share things on here all the time and I get shame left and right every single day. I can imagine that there are many, 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 many women out there who just totally shut down and don't want to talk about it at all. And oftentimes we're put in a position where, you know, we need to be the good girl. But I am here telling you that sometimes we want to be bad. Sometimes we want to be really bad. And we want to be bad with someone that makes us feel safe and comfortable so that we feel relaxed to open up and try all these crazy, wild sexual fantasies with. I mean, a lot of us want to be a lady in the street, but a freak in the bed. That was always my motto. Lady in the street, freak in the bed. Always worked out pretty well for me. So I encourage both people in the relationship to chat. I don't want to place this all on the man. You know, it's definitely a two-way street, but you know, it's all about reciprocity and making space for each other so you both feel comfortable talking about these things. So you want to create a comfortable setting, somewhere where you both feel relaxed and you know it's very private. You want to start with positivity, so emphasizing your trust and connection that you have with each other. You know, you could open it up by saying something like, you know, I've been thinking about something that kind of excites me. And then you got to gauge their energy and their response and maybe ask them about their thoughts on fantasies in general. But be open to discussion and encourage them to share about their fantasies with no judgment, no shame, none of that. Okay, we want to relax, we want to play, and we want to have fun. That's what Fantasies is all about. So please share below if you have any crazy, wild fantasies that were shared with you, that your jaw just dropped and you were like, oh my God, that's the hottest thing I have ever heard. And please remember the sponsor of today's video, Marnie, the Wing Girl Method. Again, if you are feeling like you are having a little bit of trouble in the woman department lately and your flirting game is off, click on the link in the description below this video to get access to a free preview of the F formula. A little free information never hurt anybody, so I highly encourage you to do so. Thank you so much for watching my video. Je vous aime tous, and I'll see you in the next one.